Well, we are live. That camera shouldn't be facing me. It really shouldn't be. But it shouldn't be facing me. Oh, it really shouldn't. Turn the volume down on that. There we go. There we go. Let's get to it. A rare Friday night stream. Just because. And I'm on YouTube because I want to video evidence. Rex Waldy, hello, how are you? I wasn't going to do anything tonight, but I figure I'm chewing some munchies and I'm going to drink some water. Hey, Logan, how are you? A quick impromptu stream. We're going to throw, we got, I think that's showing up in the top right. It is. It's not the best view. Here, how about I back that up and put that right up there? There we go. Oh, look at that. There. Now we got the printer in sight. We got the microphone in sight too, but that's okay. Anyways, we got all the doors and panels on last night. Hey, Chris Mink and Zixelter. We got the bottom panel on. I put the bottom panel on. I had it turned over. I was so proud. I put my ADXL cable here. Got it all ready to go. I totally forgot two things. No, only one thing, because I don't have the fan for the back yet. I'm still waiting to pick up if I turn this around, you can kind of see on here, right up here. I'm still waiting. I've got a fan on order. Actually, I can pick it up tomorrow. A fan for here, which I didn't get with the kit. And I totally forgot while I had it open and up and upside down to put my, what's that thing called again? Nevermore filter. Because the Nevermore filter is all wired and ready to go. I just have to plug it into the main board, but that's okay. Those aren't critical parts right now. So yeah, so I figured let's just the next pretty much final step in the tuning is to get the resonance testing done, and basically get input shaper going. So that's what I'm going to do. Because I've got the we put the ADXL. Actually, if I bring this camera a little closer, actually I can put this camera right. Can I put this camera right here? Will this stay? And if I tilt it right down, yeah, you can kind of see that. So yeah, so we have the ADXL board mounted right there, okay, and it gets plugged in with a ribbon cable. That's the LDO portion gets plugged in with a ribbon cable there. So, so yeah, so that's what. Now we just have to update the. Okay, come on, get up there, camera. There we go. Actually, what I should be using is this camera. Hang on. Let's see. This camera here might be better up in the top corner, but that's okay. No, that's right in the way of my face. Forget it. I got to do a little more organizing with the cameras here. So we need to do some Raspberry Pi configuration here. So I have, if I move this right over, I have, and this is where I'm going to follow. Hey, Collie05, how are you? Chris Mink, hello. I already said hello to Chris, but you get two hellos. There we go. Logan says he's doing really great, really interested in the input shaping. Cool. It's kind of a neat function when it works. It should work because there's literally, with the LDO kit, there was zero wiring. It had a module you plug onto the Raspberry Pi, and then a ribbon cable, which is right here. This is temporary sort of thing for now, but basically a ribbon cable. Very small ribbon cable you plug into the ADXL 345, and that's it for the wiring on that. So I theoretically it should work right off the bat, because theoretically their wiring is all correct, versus when I did it before on the rat rig and on the on this guy here, which is the 01. I had to wire it all and make sure I matched the wires, put them in the right spots and everything like that. So the FormBot kit has been shipped. Awesome. Good job. That's awesome. Okay, so so what I'm doing is there is my mainsail, and here's the instructions. So I am on the Clipper site, and I am in the section called Measuring Resonances. Okay, so This talks all about your ADXL 45s, your pin configuration, where you put it on the Raspberry Pi. And as I say, the LDO kit came with a completely wired plug with a ribbon cable input on it for the Raspberry Pi, and it came also with the ADXL 345 board with a ribbon cable plug on it. So it's a very simple process for the in the LDO kit. I'm sure it probably you can get that with other kits, but it's pretty cool. And then talks about mounting it, etc. But there is a place on the Stealth Burner to mount that, so that's exactly where it's mounted. And now we got to do the software installation. So we got to get into the Raspberry Pi and do some sudo updates. And then it's a sudo update, basically. I don't know what all this means, but doing these little things here basically install the ability for Clipper to do the input shaping. So make sure your flex cable is seated 10,000% in, or it will fault out and be just awful. I had this happen, not a good time. Oh, so in other words, make sure that this little cable is seated in properly. Yes. Well, I'm pretty sure it's seated into the board on the Raspberry Pi properly. We'll just have to make sure it's seated in this. If I have issues with it, I have no problem wiring it up the old-fashioned way and installing some plugs and stuff. So, yeah. We're going to trust that this ribbon cable, or as you call it, the flex cable, I call it a ribbon cable because it's like a little ribbon. I trust that it's a good cable, and I trust that I've put it in the Raspberry Pi okay. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to copy this command right here. And I've copied it to the clipboard. Then I'm going to go ahead. Let's get rid of this screen because we don't have the, that's just a job I was printing on the Flash Forge. Okay, now we're going to open up the PuTTY and get into the Raspberry Pi. So let me open PuTTY up and bring it over onto the screen. Okay. So here we go. Here's PuTTY. Can I make that any bigger? No, I think you guys can see it though. So our host name is going to be my IP address, which is 10.0.0.222. Okay, and I'm going to go open. And there is our Raspberry Pi window. And I don't know how to make this bigger. I don't know if it's possible to make this bigger. Let's see. Can it full screen? That doesn't really help. How do I get out of full screen? No, I want to make. Huh. I can't make it. I can't get it out of full screen. Let me go Control Q. How the heck do you get this out of full screen? Escape does not work. Hey, old curmudgeon. Who knows Windows? How do I get PuTTY out of full screen? Command Control Q for quit, right? No. X for exit. Oh man. Oh, I know what I can do. I know what I can do. I didn't mean to go that full screen. I wanted to make the window bigger. Control Shift Enter. No, Control Shift Delete. No, Alt Control Delete. Control Alt Delete. There we go. Task Manager. And where's PuTTY? PuTTY is in the other room. F10. F10. Let's see. F10. Let's go on here. F10. F10 doesn't want to work unless my function keys aren't locked. Well, this is just funny. Where's my function key lock? But F10 is not doing anything. Nothing's doing. Oh, hang on. Okay, fair enough. Oh, let's look at the task manager. Let's look for PuTTY. And it's not even showing up under the task managers. Is that ever silly? Hey, non-fam. F12. Okay, let me go back to the putty window. F12. 12, 11. Here, I'll hit every F key. This does not want to get out of full screen on me for me. Now putty's frozen. Huh. Control Q to quit the program. That is weird. I've never had this happen before. Okay. You spent half the day getting fluid installed on your Ender. Alt F4. Okay. Alt F4. Hey, Collie, good man. That shows my lack of knowledge of Windows. In a Mac, I can get out of that easy. Okay, let's do that again, but we won't make putty full screen. Oy, 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 that was kind of scary. There we are. Thank you, Collie. Okay, let's try this again. 10.0.0.222. Here we go. I just wanted to, all I really wanted to do was make this window a little bigger so you guys could see what I'm doing, but obviously that was a little bit too much to ask. Alt-Tab. Alt-Tab makes it bigger. Alt-Tab. Alt-Tab. Oh, Alt-Tab opens all my open. Oh my goodness, it opens all my open windows. Look at that. I did not know that. Okay, cool. Okay, I don't want you open there. Okay, good. Anyways, let's just go in. Let's go Pi, Raspberry. There we go. Okay, now let's see if that thing is still in my process. No, it's not. I have to go and copy that again because where are we? Here we are, and it is right there. So we want to copy that, copy to clipboard, come into putty, and I believe I just right mouse click, no, sudo update password for Pi. Okay, and it's going to be Raspberry. Okay, we're doing our little sudo update command here. Okay, cool. Hey, Dejoso. It's just my lack of knowledge of Windows. That's all it is. I get by, but when it comes to all that fancy stuff, ugh, I don't mind it. I'm getting used to it. Next, in order to install NumPy in the Clipper environment, run the command. Okay, and we're going to run this command, which is changing the directory to Clippy and installing something called NumPy. So we'll cut that. We'll paste that in. And then we are installing NumPy. Okay, that is done. Okay, let's see what the next step is. And I've done this before, but I don't memorize it all. Depending on a program's CPU, it may take a lot of time, up to 10 to 20 minutes. Be patient and wait for the completion. Well, that installed pretty darn fast, if you ask me. There was no errors that came up. Nope. Yeah, that worked really quick. Mind you, this is a newer PC. It's only a couple years old. Okay, and then the next step for the ADXL 345, add the following line to printer config. Okay, so we'll copy all of this. Okay, that little button in the right-hand corner, I learned the hard way that copies everything in here. Okay. Then it is advised to start with one probe point in the middle of the print bed, slightly above it. For the MPU 9250, make sure Linux 12C driver is set for. I think we're okay with this. No, I think I don't have to worry about that. I don't think I have an MPU 9250. No, that's a different. I have the ADXL. Okay, so we've copied that. We'll come into here. We'll go into our printer config, which is right here. And we'll put that, I guess it doesn't matter where that goes. I can put that under just before my XY stepper settings, as long as it's in here. And we'll paste that in. Okay, there's our MCU RPI serial temp.clipperhost.mcu ADXL345. Okay, I think that's all I need to do. Probe points 100, 120 as an example. Let's see what it says about that. In the middle of the bed and print bed slightly above it. Okay. It will. Hey, Jason, how are you? It will conveniently leave out the make clean after menu config. Will it? Oh, change the font size to make the window more readable. It's an appearance menu on the left side of Putty startup screen. Oh, it is. On the left of Putty startup screen. Appearance. Is it? Oh, maybe I'm looking in the wrong spot. Size. Anyways, well, we got it done. Oh, wow. Didn't want to do that. It's in the appearance menu on the left side of the Putty startup screen. Oh, on the startup screen. Okay. Okay, I see. Oh, I can close Putty now. We're done with it. But I think I just want to see. I think I know exactly what you mean. So on the Putty startup screen, which is right here, appearance. Okay, font courier change, and we can make it say 20 point and okay. And then when we log in, let's just try this. Oh, look at that. Much better. Okay, thank you, Logan. Cool. Now I know that for future. Look at that. Perfect. Who knew? Well, you knew. Perfect. See, I learned something every single stream. Okay, so it's advised to start with one probe point in the middle. So I think I just need to change my probe point to 150, 150, because that'll be the middle of my bed. And slightly above it is 20. That's fine. And then we're checking this setup as we go here. So we're going to accelerometer query once we get this set up. So let me go back into here. Let's change this to the middle of the bed, which is 150, 150. And it's going to be 20 millimeters above the bed, which is fine. 150. Well, not 1500, 150. We should be good. So if I save and restart, let's see if we get an error of any sort. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so Clippios is attempting to connect. Please retry in a few minutes. So I think what I need to do, I think the reasoning is something to do with, what did I miss? Something to do with the, let's see. Oh, I missed a step. It's on main sale. This is main sale. But I think I missed a step in here. No, I didn't. That's exactly what I missed. No, that's what I missed. So I need to go back. Okay, I missed that. So make sure Linux SPI driver is enabled by running sudo raspberry pi config and enabling SPI. Okay, so let's go back and we'll have to do that. So we have this open. Okay, so let's log in. Oops. Quit on me? Yeah, it quit on me. I got to close it and reopen Putty. That's what we'll do. I missed the step. And let's, did it keep my appearance? No, it didn't. So we're going to make it bigger and we're going to go okay. Now we're going to log in. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now let's log into the Pi. Okay, and let's just run those things again now that we can see it. So I'm going to go back here. We'll run those other two commands first. So we're going to, because it's not going to hurt it to run. So we copy that to the clipboard. So we run the sudo pi, password is raspberry. There we go. And this way we can see if there's actually, I like this view better because it's much bigger for my eyes. Okay. So everything's done there. Then we'll run the next one. Okay, how come my mouse just moved my mouse just moved all over the place and I went way down to the bottom of the screen. Okay, now we're going to run numpy. Go back here and we will right mouse click to paste that in. Okay, and that was home clipper Python say package Python looking indexes requirement already satisfied. So basically it says it's already been done. Okay, now we need to go in and run sudo raspi. I'm just going to copy and paste this one. Config, copy, comment out the printer config you entered. Oh, okay. Okay, so let's let me go comment out the printer config I entered. Well, won't I just be? Oh yeah, it's because it's going to change it, isn't it? No, it's not going to change it. Let's finish. Let's see what this. Okay, and then we want to enabling SPI. Okay, well, okay, this is where I get a little lost. Under the interfacing options menu. Okay, that's what I was looking for. Interfacing options menu. So we want 3. Actually, we scroll down. Okay, and we want to enable SPI. Would you like the SPI to be enabled? Yes. SPI interface is enabled. Okay. We can go down to finish. Okay, so we're finished. Oh, I don't need to. Okay. Yeah, look at you guys all putting this in here. Good. Okay. So that is finished. We enabled SPI mode. So if I go here and I restart, okay, so something is stopping. Clippy host software is attempting to connect. Okay. This is how I learn. This is how I learn crap. I wonder if it's something to do with the serial. I think I need to find the serial for it, don't I? I think this is the issue right there is the serial. And the pin. So let's see. Reboot the Pi. Oh, that's possible too, right? Yeah. Is there a way to reboot the Pi without actually powering off? No, I'm just using, this is straight to the Pi. I'm not using the Pi Pico. I'm not using a Pico right now. Is there any way to reboot the Pi without actually powering off the printer? Like, is there a code I can send to reboot the Pi? Sudo restart or reboot. So in here, sudo restart. Found sudo reboot. Well, it looks like it did. Remote side unexpectedly closed network connection. So I guess that means the Pi rebooted. Okay, let's close that. Yeah, it did. That works. Sudo reboot. Sudo reboot. So let's try again. It might take a second for the Pi to reboot. Oh, there's that camera there. You can do it from Mainsail too. Okay. Here we go, and we're going to have the same error. Yeah, it's taken too long to come up. Or maybe not. It's taking its sweet time. Let's get rid of, while we're waiting for this, let's get rid of this window here. It's just kind of in the way. There we go. You are taking your pretty time to reboot. How come? Let's do a restart. What's my message? Folder path configuration change. Let's do a reboot from here. You're assuming I compiled the Linux driver. Well, you can assume whatever you want. I'm just following these instructions right here from software installation. So we've gone down to here. We've added this. We didn't go down here. So as and let's go before. No, I did everything from this point down, right down to here. He llamaed it. I've llamaed it. Yes, I have. Let's see. Let's try again. What have I done? Now you don't want to start up at all. Well, I'm going to go in. Let's back out and see where I screwed this up. Because I can copy and paste this, no problem. I'm just going to get rid of this section. Not that that has anything to do with what's going on, but we're going to see. I missed a step. What did I miss? We did the sudo app update. We did the numpy command here. Then we went in and we changed the Linux SP. We enabled the SPI. And then I added this printer config file to the, or this to the printer config. What did I miss? Attention, make sure your accelerometer screw. Okay, we've got all that. Is there anything up here that I missed? I don't think so. We got the wiring all done. Now we got the software installation all done. RPI microcontroller document link. Sudo rasp configure. Look at the line above interfacing options. Okay, let's have a look. Let's go and have a look. I have a lot to learn when it comes to this portion of setting all this up. So anyways, let's make that font nice and big so we can all see it. Let's go back in there. 10.0.0.222. There we go. This is why I stream this live, because I know I'm going to run into issues. Okay. I think I got the wrong password. Fingers are moving too quick. Okay, so where did we say? Hey, Joe Velasco, how are you? So sudo sudo command not found. Hang on, let me just sudo raspi config. Okay, I've just got to copy this and paste it in. Copy and paste and password. There we are. So line above, display options. Okay, so look at the line above, interfacing options. Display options. That's, don't think, anything to do with what we're looking at. Don't think. System options, auto config. In the tutorial document. Okay. Okay, I got too many things being said here. I'm going to slow down and read some things here. Hang on a sec. Okay. Here we are. I think this is where I missed it. Okay. We got it. Let's get out of here. Okay. The CD clipper make menu config. Here we go. I think we found where we went wrong. Okay, now we're going to, I'm just going to keep the instructions here. In the menu, set microcontroller architecture to Linux process, then save and exit. Microcontroller architecture, Linux process, save and enter. So that would be Q and yes to save. Okay. To build and install new microcontroller unit, run this one here. I just had to, Zenbender, you know me. I'm slow to get there, but I eventually get there. Okay, let's copy that and we'll paste this in. Okay, here we go. Yep, I'm slow to get there, but you know I get there. Yeah, I've heard a lot about the Picos. I do have some Picos coming. Run the sudo usermod command as well. Okay, there we go now. So we come down here. Now, if ClippyLog reports a permission denied error when attempting to connect, blah, 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 then you need to add a user to TTY. The following command will add the Pi user to the TTY group. I did not get that error. Sudo service clipper start. There was no error, so do I need to run the user mod command? I'll have 6 on Sunday. I'm kidding. I do have 6 coming. What else do I have to do here? Complete the installation by configuring Clipper secondary MCU following the instructions in Raspberry sample config and multi-MCU config. So I don't need to run this because I did not get a permission denied error. So I have permission. When you update Clipper and it forces you to update Clipper on the printer's MCU, you also have to go here and recompile for Linux too. Okay. I haven't updated Clipper, and I'm scared to do any of the updates. So this says remaining configuration. So Raspberry Pi sample config. I don't think I need to go. I don't think I need to do. I don't recall doing this last time. And multi-MCU. So I don't have multi-MCUs. No, don't recall doing any of this. Okay, old curmudgeon. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm good to go now because I don't recall doing any of this afterwards. I think I just had to go to here. And if I didn't get that error, I was good. Oh, and I am good. Look, it already started up. Started up while I was doing that. But now I've got to paste in that. But now I got to go back. And I need to paste in this because I deleted it out just because I was paranoid. So I got to take this, copy this. Actually, I just copy that. And I got to paste that back into my printer config. Now that we know it's running and we're starting up, this should be okay. Let's go boom and let's paste it in. Let's make my bed 150 by 150 for the midpoint. Oops, 150. And let's go ahead and see what happens. Okay, so here we are. So we started up. Okay. So now I should be able to go down and query accelerometer query. I got to plug it in first though. Okay. Let's go ahead. Let's turn this over a little bit. Actually, I'm just going to test it first, and then I'm going to take it off of the board and do it. But this, I want to leave it on the board just while I get it set up. So we're going to open the little, there we go. We're going to plug the cable in. Get in there. We're going to close it. Okay. We've got plenty of cable to allow it to home. Okay, let's home it and make sure that I do in fact have enough ribbon. I should. Yeah, I have tons of ribbon there. Okay. Here's a hint. Download the road. If you update Clipper and it wants to update, reflash the printer's MCU, and you're not going to do a resonance testing, you can just comment out those Raspberry Pi MCU. Lines you just entered, you will have to recompile the Pi's Linux part before resonance testing down the road and uncomment the lines again. Oh, okay. I'll have to recompile the Pi's Linux part before resonance testing down the road and uncomment those lines. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. So do the resonance testing, comment the lines out, and then when I do it again, uncomment the lines. Is that kind of what you're saying? Yeah, I think that's kind of what you're saying. Well, let's go ahead and put in accelerometer query and see if it finds it. I might have missed a step. Who knows? Invalid ADXL. Okay, so indicative of connection problems, faulty wiring, or faulty ADXL chip. Yeah, so let's bring the let's look, make sure I got this plugged in the right way. Okay, hold on 1 second, guys. Just got to take a phone call. I'm going to mute myself. Okay, I see all your comments. I reseeded it anyways. Let's try once more on it and see. No, we're not getting it. No, I can share my screen, sure. But I got to move that camera out of the way, and we're getting an error that says, let's just move that camera down to, actually, we don't need that camera. Let's just get rid of that camera. So we're getting an error that says invalid ADXL ID. Now, I'm just thinking, I don't think that printer, that thing is configured right in the printer config file. So let's just have a look. Let's have a look. I think there's something missing in this file. For some reason, why do I think I need something where it says serial temp clipper host.mcu? Don't I have to go find the serial and paste it in there? But then again, what do I know? Okay, so it's some issue with wiring. Okay. Oh yeah, because it would give me an MCU error if that was the case. It would give me you're right. And it's not giving me any errors on boot up. There we are. Okay. Okay, so something with the wiring. Okay, so let's have a look here. See if I can let's use this camera. Let me give you guys a better view, since I do have this nice flexible arm camera, and I can bring it right into here. Let's see if I can't. Oh, come on. Why are you loosening up on me, you stupid little camera? There we go. So if I bring you guys this one, check both ends of the cable. Okay, so here is. Okay, I don't like. There we go. There, how's that for a view? So if I, now I know my hand's in the way now. So if I pull that out, there we go. Here is there's the board. There's the little pin you pull to pull the cable in. Now, as far as I'm pretty sure, I might not necessarily like this. I'm pretty sure that goes in this way. So the wires are facing me, and it goes in like that's far. I can't seem to push it in all the way, unless it's supposed to go in the other side. Maybe it goes in the other side. Maybe it goes in that side and like that. Let's just see if I go up and query it. There we go. Okay. Chickaboom. Okay, I had the cable in the wrong way. There we go. It did query the accelerometer right there. Cable was in the wrong way. That's what DeWitt 3D Canada is all about. I make mistakes, not on purpose, but I make the mistakes and we fix the mistakes. So next time I don't make the mistakes. Fortunately, I put the cable in the right way on the Raspberry Pi connection, because I would have had to go through a lot of work to flip the printer over and fix that. So, okay, let's home the printer again, and we'll bring it to the middle of the bed, and we'll actually try and test an acceleration. Then I will take it off of the Lazy Susan, put it on my workbench, which is where it's going to sit. And we'll do an actual resonance test. But there's one more step prior to that they suggest here, and that is, we're not on a bed slinger, so I don't have to do this. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I know but I guess once you get it in once, you know which way it goes. Okay, so Accelerometer query chip, but this is only for bed slingers, more than one accelerometer. We don't need that. And so you should see current, so we don't need any of this. So now we need to just measure resonances. Next, try running measure axis noise. Okay, so we're going to measure axis noise. Command C, and it says in octoprint you should get the same baseline numbers for the noise of accelerometer on the axis. Should be somewhere in the range of 1 to 100. Too high, example 1,000 or more, can be indicative of a sensor issues, problems with its power, or too noisy, imbalanced fans on the 3D printer. Let's see what number we get when we paste that in and go enter. We're measuring the axis noise, and the axis noise is 19.63 on X, 21.51 on Y, and 26.70 on Z. That falls within the 1 to 100 range. We're good. And you learn from those mistakes too, so when you repeat them, what we need to do to fix them. Exactly. Auto input shaper test is easier. Auto input shaper test, which is what? Don't leave me hanging. This says now to test resonance axis X, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then resonance X to axis, resonance X to axis Y. But Zixelter, you recommend auto input shaper test. And what's so is the auto input shaper test is one where I don't have to read those silly charts. Is that right? Because I get so freaking confused reading those charts. Well, what I'm going to do anyways while we decide how we're going to run this test is I'm going to, why does this one not lock in to place? So I don't think I have that ball tight enough. That's better. I'm going to take this off the stand, off of the Lazy Susan. Because I do want to run some prints when this is done. So we're going to slide this off. And you guys can be witness in case I drop it. I found a print for the handles up top. There's adapters for the handles. There's an actual file for that. Scroll down, it should say auto tune. Okay, we'll have a look. Let's get this off of here first. Okay. There we go. There's my Lazy Susan board that it's been on. Perfect for building. So now we'll just turn this around. Make sure all the feet are on the bench. There we go. You don't have to read the chart. It'll spit out what it recommends. Chart reading is for troubleshooting purposes only if your numbers are way out of whack. Okay. Let's move the mic up out of the way a bit. Should still be able to hear me. We'll put this here. Hey, Mike's in the way of the door. Get out of the way, Mike. Come on, Mike. Oh, I see where you're loose. There you are. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. Okay, Zixelter, scroll down. It should say auto tune. Okay, let's go way down. Bed slinger prints, maximum smoothing. Auto calibration. Okay, shaper calibrate. There we are, shaper. HAPER underscore calibrate. Let's see what it's going to do. What camera can I put on here for us? Not that you'll see the shaking. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. This one. Okay. So let me go. Okay, we're starting. You can see it shaking. We are moving. It's going to sound like an jet engine. You guys, I'll shut up so you can maybe hear it. Here, I've got a full spool. Well, I got half a spool mounted to the case. Yeah, there is a spool on the case. Right. Oh, excuse me, Mr. Wires. There we go. Yeah, right over there. There's a spool mounted to it. Oh, now we're testing the Y. That was the X. Now we're doing the Y. Why? Because it said so. Let's go, Bumblebee. Shake your hot end. You can't really see it shake. I mean, not anymore. Now the frequency is at 47 hertz, so you can't really see it shake. Let's see what numbers it's going to give us. I better be prepared to write them down. Okay, Zixelter. Let's see where we're at. Can I make these letters bigger too in this window? Hey, 3D Medic Vince, how are you? We are measuring resonances. Resonances. Here we go. Goes up to 133 hertz. Calculating the best input. Shaper parameters for x-axis. And we're calculating the best. Then it's going to do the y. We're going to get all these fancy numbers. Control scroll. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Look at you. Now, how do I get it smaller? What did I just do? Control scroll. There we are. Okay, so calculating the best input shaper. So fitted shaper, ZV frequency. To avoid too much smoothing with ZV, suggest maximum acceleration of 14.5. Fitted shaper, MZV frequency, 60.8. To avoid too much smoothing with MZV, suggested max acceleration 10,900. EI. So MZV, I have heard that's the best to go with. Control plus and minus works too. Okay. Now that doesn't. Yeah, that's big enough there. Recommended shaper X is MZV. Okay. And you mentioned that Zenbender, and I've heard about that too. On my rat rig, that was the best recommended one. And then recommended shaper for Y is 3-hump EI shaper frequency. Save config will update your printer config file with these parameters and restart. I mean, let's just do save config and keep it as it is. Control scroll, control plus and minus. Yeah, control scroll works good. Look at that. Okay, that's good to know. That's a Windows thing again. On a Mac, I could double click the mouse and it zooms right in. Okay, so let's save config. Let it do its thing right now. I lost my oh, there it is there. I was gonna say I lost my dashboard. Oh, and I can even zoom in on that one too. Look at that. Okay, cool. Okay, we are started and we've input shaped. Save config button at top as well. There was? Oh. Where? I don't know. We'll find it next time. I'm learning all these shortcuts. Button on top. Probably only when it needs to save config is there a button on top, right? Okay, so anyways, let's go ahead and unplug this carefully. There we go. And then we can go ahead and we'll tuck this back in. This is a temporary home for it, so I'm going to figure this out a little bit later. Tuck this back in. As long as it doesn't get into my power supply and short something out on me, I think we're okay. No, it's just sitting right there in the front. So there, we just have that little bit of a wire showing there for now. I'm not a fan of that, but yeah, you know, it is what it is. Okay. There we go. It was to the left of upload and print, but since you typed it and hit enter, it goes away. Oh, okay. Well, then I'm going to remember that. I remembered the up arrow for previous commands. I remembered, oh, there's a few things I remember that you guys have been teaching me about the shortcut commands. So they're always good. So what do we want to print to test this? Let's maybe just print another cube quickly. Do I have a cube in here? I don't think I do. I have those ghosts. I've printed quite a few things on this prior to fully tuning it. I know what I'll print. I want to print. I emailed myself a file to print, and it's a quick one. Do we have a before input shaper print to compare? We do have a deer upstairs. Where did I put the deer? I wonder if we do. I've been doing a lot of printing with it. Like for instance, it was this one. For instance, this is a before input shaper print right here. But this print is too good to, this print turned out too good to really see any difference with input shaper. Everything is kind of turned out kind of perfect on this print. So I do have, yes. Actually, what I'll do is I'll run another cube. Look at what it told me for accelerations. Oh, okay. Oh, because I got to change my accelerations, don't I? Accelerations. I was going to write that down. So on my X, here, let's go back to the screen here and let's make it bigger here so we can all see it. So recommended shaper type X, shaper frequency 60 hertz. So on the MZV, Suggested maximum acceleration on the MZE is 10,900. 10,009. Well, come on, 10. And the X 10,900 right there. And then on the Y, okay, on the Y it is suggesting the 3-hump EI. And with the 3-hump EI, maximum acceleration 1,500. Okay. Well, it's a lot less acceleration even with the MZV 3,400. Okay, I have actually I have a pre-calibrated a pre-calibration cube that we printed, so I can print another cube to compare. So we have a X suggests 10,900 and Y suggests 1,500 for maximum acceleration. Check for loose hardware. Oh, because that Y acceleration is that's pretty low, isn't it? Okay, well, let's have a look. So loose hardware. On Y. I tightened everything up. Let me just check to be sure. Let me go ahead and lift Y up, or lift Z up, sorry. Got to home you all first. You think I bumped it when I moved the camera? Oh, okay. Run it again. Okay. I guess, yeah, even if I bump the door. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we'll run it again. Doesn't take long to run. So let's plug her in. Okay. Let's run it again. Smaller screen. There we go. Whoops. And it was called. Okay, here we go. Run it again, and I'm not even going to touch the bench. Well, it's doing X right now. Pretty sure it's doing X right now. Yeah. Pretty solid bench, but I'm going to I'll feel the bench here when it does Y. There goes the jet engine. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll see what happens. I might have bumped it or hit the door, or I might have leaned on the table heavily. Who knows? But I'll just stay steady here. Okay, now we're going to start Y. Here goes Y. It's always shaky at the low resonances, so it was a little bit shaky to start. Now it's stabilizing. The bench is not shaking. Nothing is moving inside. Nothing visible. And we're there. Okay, let's see what we come up with this time. X is the same idea. Let's see what it recommends for Y. Now we have Y being recommended as MZV. So something, yeah, I could do that too. Okay, so the finding is different. So now it's recommending for Y MZV. Okay, Shaper's frequency 72.4. It's recommending for X MZV. Okay, and for X, for MZV, for the acceleration, we are at 10,900 again. For Y, for MZV, for the acceleration, we're looking at 15,400. So that seems like more normal numbers, correct? Yeah. So yeah, rate, there's the one for Y right there, 15,400. And for X, it is, where's MZV? Right here, 10,900. Save config button at top. At top. Save right there. Right there. Look at this, guys. Did you guys know that there's a save config button right here? Did you know that? I'm an ass sometimes. Okay, so that worked up. So obviously last time while it was running Y, something I bumped it or did something. Okay, so let's unplug this now. And we'll put the cable back in. Let's tuck you away. And what we'll do is we're what, 9:30? Yeah, we got a little bit of time. I will run. What I should run is I should just run the same cube that I did pre-tuning, period. Hey, Dan, how are you? Yeah, I got to go to bed within the next hour or so. I don't know how long it'll take to run this cube, but let me go ahead and warm up. I got to zoom out here so I can actually see my screen. Let me warm up my hot end to 165. And let me warm up my bed. Okay. Oh, check to see if it entered the max acceleration number for me. Oh, okay. And that's under the printer config, right? Yeah. Excel, let's find it. Okay, so what we have is right here, we have printer kinematics, maximum velocity, max acceleration. So right now it's set at 10,000, okay? My X said 10,900, and my Y said 15,400. There was a little bit of ringing on this cube, but I think, because that's going to take a while to print, I think for now I'll just print a part that I need, and I'll see how this part turns out. So right now the maximum acceleration set at 10,000, as we can see here on the screen, right there. And so do I split the difference, or do I go with the lower of the two? 10,000 is good? Okay. Yeah, because we're at 10,900 and 15,400. Okay. Okay. So let's close that. Zoom that out. Where's the rest of my screen? Where's all my stuff? Oh, right here. There we are. It's like, where's my dashboard? There we go. I would use the lower of the two. That's what I figured. Otherwise, you'd be over accelerating the one that's lower than the higher acceleration. Okay, so I'm going to find a file to print here. Click the hamburger icon. The hamburger icon? Oh, yeah, right up there. Oh, yeah, I found that, yeah. That disappeared. I never thought of that as a hamburger. That's more like a cheeseburger. No, it's a hamburger. They need to make the middle button yellow or orange and call it a cheeseburger. Okay, let me just open my I emailed myself an STL I want to print. So let me find it. Mini stealth burner files. No, that's not the one. Where did I sent it to myself? I know I did. Sent it to DeWitt. It's not that one, not that one. I hope I mailed it to myself. No. There we are. Okay, I'm going to download this file, save to my download folder, because at least I know where I'll find it. If I save it to my desktop, I'll never find it. Okay, and I'm going to open my slicer. We're going to use Super Slicer since we already have it all set up for everything. And we're going to Command A to get rid of all these. Boom. Okay, let me bring in the file I want to print. Downloads. And this one here is what I want. Very quick print, but what the heck. I just don't know what's printing. And then I'll do a cube print later, but the cube's going to take too long. It's getting a little late. I'll be on again tomorrow night, actually, guys, probably around 6 o'clock. So maybe I'll do some more test prints tomorrow at 6 o'clock when we do this and finish up a few things. So now I'm going to duplicate this. I'll do 4 of them because I need 4 of them. Because I need 4, I'll do 6. So, and then we're going to do the standard Voron settings for this, which are 4 perimeters, 5 top, 5 bottom, 40% infill, 42 gyroid is fine. My layer height should already be set at 0.4 because I haven't changed anything Skirt and brim, nothing's changed because I ran these parts just earlier. And then we're going to slice. It should be a quick print, like 15 minutes. Oh, 42 minutes. That's long. Well, then let's bring it down to, let's just do the 4 I need. I don't need spares. Doing spares means I don't have confidence in myself. So let's not do spares. Should bring it down to 30 minutes. Look at that. And let's send it to the printer. And these are called handle spacers. So these are going to allow me to, what excels is printing is in print settings. Oh, okay, let's have a look. Print settings. Where are we here? This is Super Slicer. I have trouble finding stuff in here, so bear with me. What accelerations do we have in here? Speed. Accelerations. Okay, here we go. So we have accelerations of... this is where, I guess this is where I need to learn how to fill out all these accelerations, right? So we have default acceleration 4,000. We have internal 2,000. Perimeter acceleration is 2,000. Infill acceleration is 5,000. Support acceleration is 5,000. Bridge is 5. Other extrusions is 2. Travel is 10. And first layer is 2. So, yeah, we have 2,000 on internal perimeters, 1,000 on external, 7,000 on sparse infill, 5,000 on solid. Yeah, these numbers here, all these numbers here are ones that I'm not. Can I make this bigger by scrolling? I can't on this one. No. Command plus, command minus. That doesn't work on this. But yeah, these are the numbers that basically I assume are the default numbers for Super Slicer for the Voron profile. So are these numbers okay? Or should I be modifying these numbers? Considering I've got a acceleration of 10,000 as my default. Full send on travel, near, so on default. Full send on infill. Then low for what you see. First layer, top, outer walls, etc. So you basically think full on infill. So on infill, for solid, I can go to 10,000, is what you're saying. And sparse is probably reasonable for 7,000. Oh, look into Ellis's profile. Okay. Well, let me get this print going because we're getting close to 10 o'clock. I'll save this for now. This is Ellis's profile, actually. Come to think of it, if you look right here, this is his profile. So these I remember this is the profile that came from Ellis. So he probably knows what he's doing. Okay, yeah, but I imported his Ellis's profile here, right here. PIF standard INI Voron HIF PIF modified. Okay, let's slice it. And let's send it and try it. Handle adapters. Okay, thanks, Dan. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate the visit. We'll talk to you later. His is a high flow hot end, though. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I'm going to read up more on that stuff. Let's just see how this works. These are just 4 simple parts. Make sure it's all going to work. Let's print it. See what we get. I got to read up some more on accelerations. and learn. I need to learn myself that, okay, I'm printing this job. I want these accelerations, because I know if you're printing small, finer pieces, you don't necessarily want high accelerations. I don't think. Logic tells me that you don't. Oh. Jiminy snotch. I got to clean that nozzle off a bit. There we go. I should put a nozzle wiper in this. Oh, some of his speeds will outrun my hot end. Oh. Okay, Crapstar, thank you for popping in. Appreciate all the help and advice. Have a good night. Okie dokie. And tomorrow I'll print another cube, and I'll compare it to this cube we did as the very first print on this thing. I mean, all the test prints I've been doing, I've been really happy with the test prints. Check your maximum volumetric flow. Set it 15. Oh, okay. Now, is that in the slicer? Maximum volumetric flow? Let's see. Let me find it. Maximum volumetric speed, maximum volumetric speed. It's going to be under filament, I assume. No. Maximum volumetric. I see maximum volumetric speed, maximum print speed. Let's see what the tolerance here is on this. 0.068. That's about standard. It's under speed. That is it. So maximum volumetric. So it says auto speed, volumetric speed 24. Set for 24 right now. Rate. That's the number right here I'm seeing, and then maximum print speed 300. I got to read his section on volumetric flow. That's for a high flow. Okay, so I should be around 15. And should I start the job over again or see how this works? Okay. 15 is the max a Revo can do. Okay. Well then, let's resend this, reslice it and resend it. I can't override, but I can call it something new. I'm going to call this revised. Okay, so let's go back. Slice it. Let's send it over again. We'll call this handle adapters 2. Upload. Okay, and let's stop this one. Doesn't take long. We're not that far into it. Pause my print. It's going to finish its mesh level though, then it'll pause. Okay, it's just going to finish the mesh before it pauses. I got to get my decal. I got to put a decal back here. Oh, okay. Let's see if it pauses. Well, if it pauses, I'll just start it up again. It's a very small print. You don't need to do that last Z home. I got to take that out of there. You won't pause till you start to print. And then I'll let it go. For this little print, I'll let it go. But I've saved the profile with the 15. I didn't realize his was for a high flow nozzle. Okay, makes sense. Okay, well, you're not pausing, so maybe I don't need to worry about that. Maybe you're not going to pause for me. No, you are going to pause. We're going to resume. I gave you permission to resume. There you go. Okay, good. And, with this Calibrate Z, all the test prints I've done since we got that all set up, I have not had to touch my baby stepping. Nothing. It's worked perfectly. Even after putting a new hot end on, I didn't touch anything and it worked perfectly. I love that. And we'll zoom in on these parts that are printing. See if I can get you closer. It's hard to see with the nozzle light on. See if I turn the nozzle light off if it makes a difference. Oh, it's even worse. That might help me get to focus here. Maybe with the case lights on. The case lights don't come on automatically. I can change that. Let's see. That might lighten it enough for you to see. That helps a little bit. Turn them back on. There we go. Yeah, texture does need a little more squish. And it all depends on where that probe comes down and touches the textured bed. Because a textured bed, theoretically, is not consistently the same level through the whole surface, right? So you can take your bed off, put it on, take it off, put it on again, and that little switch is going to come down maybe on a little piece of texture that's 0.2 millimeters or 0.02 millimeters lower or higher. So yeah. But boy, this looks good. Printing nice and fast. Look at that infill speed. That's solid infill. That's got that fast acceleration, and it looks fine. And it's smooth. Oh, yeah. So these pieces I'm printing are going to allow me to put these handles on, and these allow for that allow for the gap in the cover. I love this printer. I love it. It has not failed a print. Okay, that's not the truth. It failed a print once. Actually, it failed to print several times, but because, and I think everybody on here has heard me say this, is because I put PLA on it, except it wasn't PLA. I was printing PLA. It was right now it's printing Prusament PLA Galaxy Black. I put a roll of what I thought was PLA Galaxy Black on it, and it was Prusament ASA Galaxy Black. And I was trying to run the ASA at PLA temperatures, and I was wondering, why isn't this sticking to the bed? Why isn't this blah, blah? Anyways, my own mistake. My own mistake. You've been fighting too for inconsistent under extrusions. I wonder why. Under extrusions. Oh, I'm sure you've tried everything possible. This thing is stupid fast. You thought replacing the wiring would fix it, as it already had rebuilt the stealth burner many times. Same hot end? Is it a hot end issue maybe? Like, I mean, under extrusion, I'm thinking hot end or extruder motor current. Can't believe the speed of this thing. Holy crap, that's fast. Change revos to drag in and back and replace nozzles. Because when I think under extrusion, I think, okay, filament. Under extrusion, the filament's not being pushed through consistently or at the right pressure. Yeah, only thing is the steppers are a bad motor. That's what I'm thinking. It's something to do with the extruder. But how do you test a motor? I guess there's ways to test the motor. And it's cheap to replace a 2209. What are they, like $12 a piece, $10 a piece now for the big tree tech ones? Let's get a higher view on this. One of the next projects I want to work on this is a I want to mount a camera inside the case. Your Trident had it too, had a partially broken wire. Oh, okay. I mean, there's something causing it for sure. It's just a matter of process of elimination. So far, I'm happy with this Revo hot end. That's the 0.4 that's on there right now. Oh, did I tell you guys? Where did I put it? I got to clean this area up. My bent Revo. You probably all saw my bent Revo. Where did I put it? Oh. Well, I'll be, I got too much stuff down here. It's around here somewhere. Oh, right here, maybe. I think it's right here. So, Jason Morris, you're back. What'd you miss? Everything working okay so far? Yeah. We're just doing a quick test print. So I don't know if you guys follow or watch the Three Musketeers, Grant, his channel. He had me on his, not had me, but he had talked about my bent Revo on his Fix It Fridays. What color thermistor wires is on my Revo, white or blue? White. They're white. $50 for a 0.6. That's a good price, I take it. Damn, did you pick me one up, Jason? Hope you picked me one up. Anyways, so Grant featured my bent Revo on his Fix It Fridays today. I took my bent Revo and I thought, what do I have to lose? I think that was my bent Revo. And I think if I kind of do this, if I roll it in my fingers, oh, hang on, I think I straightened it out. So anyways, because I can put it in here, it screws in no problem, just like a regular nozzle would. It fits right in there nicely. And then when it's in here fully seated, everything looks straight and normal. And then I even tried, I can run filament right down to the tip of the nozzle. So I think I'm going to try it. I think I fixed that bent nozzle. So anyways, we'll try it. I think I'm going to do a video on it talking about how I think I fixed my bent nozzle. They have an extended warranty. If you start having temp issues, call E3D. They will cover it. The white ones has issues. Blue is the new ones. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay. That's good to know. So inconsistencies in the temperatures. Okay. Well, as I watch this print, now I don't know if this is normal, but if I look at my here, let me zoom in on this. If we look at the temperatures as we're running here, so we can see the temperatures there on the hot end. So we're bouncing from 214.8 to 215.2, which I think is, the bed is staying solid 70.1. Well, that's good that they're standing behind them. So I'm bouncing from 215.3 down to 214.8 sometimes. So I think that's acceptable. I think if we have huge temperature swings, then we have a problem with the thermostat. Hit the hamburger. There we go. There I am. Okay. But I just can't get over the speed of this thing, how fast it prints now. I think because we upped the acceleration too. And the prints look great. These are just tiny little prints, but what the heck. They didn't have to extend the warranty. No, they didn't. They're standing behind all their nozzles. Well, it'd be kind of weird to have some stranger in behind me now standing behind this nozzle, but still, it's good to know that they're standing behind them. Okay, that's just a bad dad joke. What can I say? Jason, you didn't get one? You should. Yes, you should have thought of me. That's okay. I'm waiting until they come to my local supplier. The left hot end on the Pro 2 had a leak, and it's in the garbage now. I installed the Slice Engineering hot end kit you got with the printer, and it's up and running now. Good, awesome. The left hot end on the Pro 2. Which printer is that? The Pro 2. Obviously, that's an IDEX you're talking about. FlashForge Pro 2? I don't remember. You have so many printers. You got a nice sticker with the Slice Engineering logo and getting it getting the bird. Cool. I got a lot of stickers to put up. I don't know where to put my stickers. I don't know if I want to. It was huge mess. It's a known issue. Oh, wow. The Raise 3D. Oh, yeah. I forgot about you had that Raise 3D. That's right. Okay, and it's a known issue. Wow. Too bad they don't have factory recalls like they do on cars. So it's a known issue. So, hey, here, we're going to send you a brand new hot end or whatever it is. Because I don't think there's any deadline or time frame on recalls, especially if it is a factory defect or known issue from the factory. We're at 54% already on this, and I love this feature, guys. And I know you guys have seen this, but I love this feature right here. Exclude object. I love this feature. So if one of these fails, I can get rid of it. That is so freaking cool. You're more mad at whoever approved their patent, though. Well, they fixed it. It's called a Pro 3 printer. Yeah, okay. I guess that could be the same said about cars. Like, a Ford F-150 2021. Man, there's a big issue with blah, blah. Oh, we fixed that. It's a 2023. Or a 2022. Too funny. I have a feeling with those spacers that I'm printing, I'm going to need longer screws for this. So while this is printing, let me just go ahead and put some long screws. Hey, Ricky B, how are you? Whoops. Oh, these are M5s. You know, you hear about M3s are a popular size. What material am I printing right now? I'm printing Prusament Galaxy Black PLA. Hence my wide open doors with the camera sticking in the chamber. I haven't hooked my Nevermore up yet. I got the Nevermore built and printed, and it looks good. There's my Nevermore. But I haven't got it hooked up yet. I don't know if I want to, I have to take the bed off if I want to put it in properly. So the M3s are popular. M5s are pretty popular. You don't hear much about M4s. Just saying. The poor M4 seems to be an ignored size screw. Okay, whatever size do I have in these? I'm going to need longer for sure. These ones were M5 10s. I don't know if this came with anything longer than 10s for the M5s. I think it did. M5 12s, but I only have 3 of them. Let's have a look, shall we? M4 screws are used on mean wells. Oh, okay, interesting. I have M3s, M5s, and M2s. I have a stash of... Man, the amount of spares that I've got from this LDO kit is mind-baffling. I mean, there's a ton of spare parts here, spare screws. Oh, speaking of spare, I'll bet I'll find some M512s in the spares bag. Let's see. Well, they call it backup. Well, I'll bet there's some M5s in here. Don't disappoint me. Well, M530s, those will be a little bit long. M516s. Oh, no M512s. Oh well. Who is this guy? Who is this guy? Who is that guy? Who are you, tripod? Hello, John. Welcome, welcome. Pretty rare Friday night appearance for me. I'm actually going to be on tomorrow at 6 o'clock as well, and then I'm going to be on my regular Sunday stream. I think this streaming stuff is addicting. But we got the Voron printing good. We got it all tuned up. We did the input shaper today. We got the accelerometer going. I even screwed up a few times. Yeah. So I think the 16s will be too long. I think I need M512s, but I only have 3 of them, so I'd have one handle that's too short. Oh, I got more M5s over on my shelf. Let's see if the 16s will be too long. I won't know until I get these adapters finished. I think the 12s are what we're going to need. What, 3 days in a row? Me? I was on yesterday. Yeah, maybe it is 3 in a row. I tend to stream in the evenings when Maria and Ethan go to bed now. I can do some laundry. I can stay up and watch TV, and I can stream. So what the heck? Busy repairing your new, still not finished V2. The probe went out on it for some reason. After you finished de-racking it last week, you started on the next step of tuning, and it wouldn't probe the bed. Oh wow! Throw 4 washers on the M16s. Yeah, okay. On the 16s, I could do that too. I think I have some 12s in silver over on my other thing there. So, which probe is it you're using on that? Is it the the probe that came with the kit, Ricky B? Like, does it look like? Where is it? Is it this yellow one here, like that? Is it that probe there? I think you can see that through the bag. So what I'm printing here, for those of you that just joined me, these are handles to go on the top of the case. And it won't go straight on with the cover on there. So these are adapters so that it levels it out with the cover. Yeah, that one. Okay, well, I don't know where you're located, but I mean, I'm not using that probe. So if you're within reasonable mailing distance and you need a probe, I don't know how much they even cost to replace a probe, but I'm more than willing to ship that probe out, because I'm going to be... I threw the clicky probe on here instead of that inductive probe. Yeah. What do they call it on here? They call it a Z probe, and it is a Omron TL0M50MC2Z proximity switch probe. Yeah. That'll collect dust. Go clicky, or better yet, Euclid. But use the clicky configs with the Euclid hardware. What the heck is Euclid? You think you baked it, you bought 2 spares, they were delivered to... Oh, well, then you're laughing. Good. What is Euclid? Now you're going to make me look that up. EUCLID. Probe. Voron. Euclid probe. The highly accurate... Oh... A highly accurate magnetically coupled Z probe for your 3D printer, laser, and CNC machines. Oh, so Euclid probe is going to work the same way as a clicky probe in a sense. Okay, interesting. Hmm. Euclid is a clicky with a different name. And I see that Euclid, they were at Earth. It looks like they were at Earth. And it's an interesting looking probe. So where I just lost, there we are. So they're right there. There's the Euclid probe right there. Look at that. So you have one end that goes in your hot end and one end that goes in your clicky. Look at the magnets right there. Massive magnets screwed into it. And that looks like it's on a, there it is on the hot end there. Wow, cool. If you recently purchased a kit, so what do these probes cost? GitHub Nav, well, maybe this, you can't buy it, maybe right off from here. Short video on the Euclid probe install. Oh, short video, it's 22 freaking minutes long. Okay, we won't look at it. We'll save this and we'll save this for some homework later. 79%, there we go. Better magnets that screw on, they don't come loose. Their software side to set up is horrendous. Yeah, I like my clicky. My clicky's working. It was easy to make. I dreaded doing the clippy, but I'm glad I did. It was simple. And these pieces look good. I'm going to go look for some M512 bolts while I'm doing this. I think these are M5s. Let me see. But of course, I have nothing that tells me the size. Except for this handy Gridfinity bolt size measure. That is a 10. This is a 12. There's a 12 right there. It's silver, but nobody's gonna punish me for doing them silver instead of black. Oh, son of a gun, that's an M4. I do have M4s. Okay, well, that's no good. I need M5s. Okay, forget it. All my M5s I thought were M5s are all M4s. Must match colors. Silver and black go good together, actually. But it doesn't matter. They're all M4s. I thought I had M5s. They're all M4s. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, well, if the M16s might work. M16's a machine gun too, isn't it? M516s. Euclid has no official config files that work. You have to write all the macros yourself. There are 2 Voron examples from users, but they are also far out. Okay, so in other words, I'm not touching the Euclid. We're gonna do the clicky. I'll probably do the clicky on the Trident as well. I'm hoping they send me the Trident soon. I'm excited to get the Trident going. I was reading through the manual today. Trident's a very similar build to the to this 2.4, except that it moves the bed. So it moves the bed instead of the head. That makes sense. So is there an advantage to? Yeah, I guess one question I'm going to be asked, I'm sure, during the build is what's the main advantage of a Trident versus a 2.4 or vice versa. So I guess we'll have to figure that out. It's obvious the difference is the 2.4. Well, it's not even. I wouldn't. The 2.4, the bed is solid, and so it's just the X and Y that move and the Z that moves on the whole this whole level, whatever thing you want to call it here. And on the Trident, your bed moves up and down versus and then your whole X and Y carriage stays the same. So that's the main differences. And then you have 3 level points on the Trident versus 4 on the 2.4. And that's better to have 3 on the bed anyways. It's all you need. But other than that, I can't see them being different in quality because they both have their own different features. There's good and bad for both. You can use clicky config files with Euclid. You can use the click config files with the clicky. It only took me a couple of minutes to change my clicky config to work. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, interesting. So we are at 92%. These should be finished anytime. We're just finishing the little stubby things that go into the stubby part of the stubby extrusions. When I get tired, I get silly. I'm sorry. Come on, there's got to be one more M512 in here. Somebody send me an M512, will you? Oh, hang on. What's this? Oh, it's an M510. Well, we'll put you back in the bag with the other M510s. So, number one, you're not lonely, and number two, I don't lose you. Because you're definitely going to be too short. Okay. Why is there a nozzle? Oh, I think I found an M512. Oh, what is that? That's not a 12. That's not a 16. Oh, that's a 16. Shoot. Okay, hang on. Let's keep looking. I got a lot of loose screws here. Oh, so thanks for saying that, Chris. I appreciate that. I be honest, I quite often question myself saying, is anybody really watching or caring about my streams? And I'm really glad to hear that. Sometimes I know you have to fast forward through them to get to the actual quote unquote important stuff and all that, but I do my best. And I learn, we all learn together. I learn as we go. And we learned a couple things on this one, is setting up the software for the accelerometer. And what am I opening that bag for? And setting up and how to plug in that flat ribbon cable. The print bed is on the top of the chamber, which gets warmer than down low like the 2.4. Okay, there we go. So theoretically, you're going to have a little better result with higher temperature materials like nylon and ABS and carbon fiber and nylon and stuff on a Trident, because you're going to have that heat up top that you need. That kind of makes sense. I am stoked to get that build going though. But I got to print the parts. I'm waiting for the filament. Filament's on its way to me for the parts. It's going to be red. I don't know if I want red to be my main color or my accent color, but it's going to be red and something. I don't want to go black. I was thinking white, but the parts are done. Look at that. You guys tell me your opinion though. I've heard that white ABS is not a good thing to print with because it gets brittle over time. I don't know if that's just somebody told me that, and that's like just yes or no. But anyways, so I've got red ABS coming from Matter 3D for my Trident parts, and I've got to pick a second color, and I don't know which one I want. And it's going to be a space gray frame. That's your story about the white, okay, and you're sticking to it. So you got a little more experience than I do with that kind of stuff, so I kind of tend to lean towards, yeah, you're probably right. Let's back this camera up a little bit here, and let's bring it up so we can have a look at the part when it's done here. So let's put that up out of the way here. Let's get me in here. This is right in my face. So I've got red, and then I got to decide. So what goes good with space gray? We have red. I don't want to do black. So I could go pour layer adhesion with white ABS. I wonder why that is. Oh, because the additives to make it white. Okay. So I have, let's see what I have for, all I have is black. I have olive green, black, and metallic gold ABS. I've got the red coming. Well, let's see what else he sends me. So here's a sheet of 4 parts. Oh, my goodness, they look good. Oh. You guys should see these. They look, I mean, yeah, they're tiny parts, but boy, they look good. I don't even know if I can get this camera to angle. Oh, there we go. Is this tightening it or is that loosening it? There we go. So if we bring these up and I zoom in a bit, really hard to see them, but yeah, they look. These parts printed nicely. That's a terrible camera to do this with. Here, this one's probably better. There we go. Anyways, let's get them off the bed. Whoa, scared the crap out of me. Oh, there we go. This focus is a little close. There's our first layer. And then there's our edges. Notice there's no ringing. Just kidding. If there was ringing on small parts like that, I have bigger problems than I know. Okay, so let's see. Oh, the big question now. Red and green go together. Do they? Hey, how are you? I haven't seen you in a long time. Miss Cool. That's a different username than you're used to using. Right. There we go. Okay, so we're going to go over to that side and have a look here. That first layer is incredibly perfect squish. I mean, that right here. I mean, if you look at that, if we get that to focus, look at that. I mean, that is really good squish on that layer, and that's without me adjusting anything. That's all thanks to the clicky probe and auto and Z calibrate. Orange and yellow. No, it's going to be red. McDonald's printer. Oh, come on, don't tempt me. But look at that. That is perfect first layer. I mean, you don't get much better than that. Yeah, these looks great. The corners are nice and sharp too, which is what you want to see. Yeah. Yes, this is a good print. So let's see. Let's grab my M316s. I'm just going to feed through. Hang on a minute here. Nothing worse than when you're talking about something and you can't see what the person's talking about. There, so I'm going to put my M316s through here. We'll get the this the right wrench? Yeah, we'll get the hammerhead nut put on. These are M5s. I said M3, I know. These are M5s. I have a feeling these 16s are going to be too long, but we'll see. But they got to go through that spacer and everything. The 10s will definitely be too short. Well, these might actually work. We'll see. Okay, we're going to take a couple of these spacers. We're going to go over here to the door. And, well, you know, it would have helped. Really would have helped if I would have threaded my spacers on too. You know that, right? Why didn't you guys tell me that? So we got to put this on first, like that. Then we got to put the hammerhead on. Yeah, no kidding. That would suck. That's something that would bring tears to my eyes. Okay. It's almost worth just putting, oh shit, just dropped one. Sorry. It's almost worth just putting the T-nuts, which I might just do because I do have some more of the M5 T-nuts. Well, let's just see if this fits. But yeah, that's a good point. They don't rotate fully. You're screwed. Okay. Okay, let's see. Come on, get in the hole. Nope. Dang it. So this is where they go. Can I get this up over here so you can see what I'm doing? Am I too far? There we are, right. Dang, come on. There we go, you get an idea. But look, that's fully tightened. So no, it's not going to work. There we go, yeah. So M16s are too long, which I kind of knew they would be. And or M16s, 16 millimeters are too long. I'll guarantee you. Let's just switch this up real quick here. Oh yeah, we can look at this camera right there. Look at that. Look at that. I got that little top corner camera. Let's throw the 12s open. So take the 16s out. Take the 16s out. I keep calling them M16s. Must be something about my love for guns or something. Yeah, right. Okay. And I guarantee the 12s. Well, the 12s are going to be, interestingly, there's room for that hammerhead to actually work in there. It might. 12s, if they're going to work, are just going to work. Let's have a look. Oh, come on. I can't keep a hold of my nuts. I didn't just say that. Okay. And this looks like it's upside down. 2. So what if it's upside down? You kind of get the idea. Put your shims thicker. Put my shims sticker. What shims? Print my shims sticker. These are a pre-printed file. I didn't make the file. But I understand what you're saying, Joe. Let's see. Kind of in the middle there. There we go. Yeah. Come on, get in the hole. There we go. Yeah, and they took. Yeah, perfect. So 12 millimeters. 12 millimeters is what we need. And unless, of course, I take Zenbender's advice and print put a whole bunch of spacers in there. No. I thought Maria, Jason. You know what they say. Well, I don't know if they say that anymore, but you know what they say. Anyways, I'll have to find another 12 millimeter M5 somewhere. I'm sure I have one. If not, I'll check if my buddy Richard has one. Richard should have some of these things lying around his studio. So in the meantime, we'll just put this one on the other handle. Maybe I can just use it with just one on the handle. I don't think a 10 would. I'm not even going to bother with the 10 because that's 2 millimeters shorter than a 12. Yeah, I know I'm really good at math. And let's see. Yeah, if I shorten that by 2 millimeters, there's no way that's going to. No. Nope. No. Why am I even thinking that? Why am I short? I'll bet the one M5 12 I need is on the floor somewhere. Yeah, and the hammerheads did rotate nice and tight. So that's very tight on there. So we are. Oh, let's take my skirt off. It's not what I mean. I am forever losing my freaking tweezers. There they are. Oh, just about dropped my tool. I say, let's take my skirt off, and I can just imagine what everybody was. Well, not everybody, because not everybody is really, anyways, what am I saying? I don't, where's this conversation going? I'm saying let's take this skirt off. There we go. Skirt, 3D skirt. Woo, woo. Anybody ever watch Second City with John Candy and Joe Flaherty when they used to do the 3D? Woo, woo. Anyways, forget it. Okay, we got the skirt off. Doors closed. Look at that. That is a thing of beauty, this printer. I love this printer. I love this printer. I'm going to love the Trident too, I'm sure. Okay, guys. I've been streaming for 2 hours and 14 minutes. It's 10:38 p.m. Anything you guys would like me to do? Anything else you guys would like me to see? Not like me to see, would like to see from me that doesn't involve skirts, that doesn't involve nuts, that doesn't involve... Anyways, I will tomorrow... I'm going to come out tomorrow. We'll change filament back to the. This is the Polymaker red PLA. We'll change back to this filament, and we'll print another cube just like this. This cube was printed prior to doing any tuning at all, and it does have some ringing on it, a little bit of ringing, and it's got some issues with the layer lines and stuff. So we'll do a comparison to that. Say them live at Second City, Chicago, long time ago. You saw them live at Second City, Chicago. They're great. I miss them guys. John Candy I loved. It was great. Can you do a song and dance? I can. Before all this reality crap they got now. SCTV, yeah, I loved SCTV. That's back when it was real. Anyways, song and dance. Okay, let's see. Putting on the Ritz. Putting on the Ritz. Okay, that's as much as I can do. If I dance too far, too fast, my fat jiggles, and I slow down before it, and it kind of gives me vertigo. So that's what you get from me. Okay, so real quick question too. I want to show you guys what I found. Where did I find it? I think it was on one of the Earth videos, clipped and shipped. Cool. I think it was on one of the Earth videos. I saw a mini stealth burner, for the Voron 0.1. And it looked like it was a much more friendly hot end to use than the mini afterburner. So is anybody, and the files are available through, what site was it I found those files? Mini afterburner. It was, where did I see it? Anyways. Mini stealth burner. Sorry, mini stealth burner. There we are. Yeah, so it isn't out yet, but the files are out. So here's a mini stealth burner here. This is on a site called Team FDM. Mini stealth burner unofficial. And then they have another one here, which was released 2 days ago, mini stealth burner orbiter. Okay, and then here's the images for it. It uses, I believe, a 4010 blower fan here. So these are the images for it, and that's the motor I have. So, yeah, and there's the images for it. Just wondering about that. Oh, that's a user's mod. Okay, so it's not official. If you're talking the mini stealth burner, it's not out yet. Okay, so it's not official yet. This is just some user's mod that they've done for it. Because, yeah, that's kind of ugly up top there to have that open like that. So, okay, I was just curious about that. Because those little mini afterburners are a PIA to work on sometimes. And a mini stealth burner is kind of interesting because then you can put the LEDs and stuff in it too. So, but then you will, I think, because of you might lose some of your Y, because I said so. You might lose some of your Y on it. There's an official one being worked on. Well, I'm going to wait for that then. Wait for the official. So what else can I do? I've got to open up the bottom tomorrow and hook up the Nevermore. I've got to order the Nevermore material from the company that sells Nevermore material. I dropped this piece and I think well, maybe I didn't. That's the one that Nero is saying, if you're going to create a mod, don't call it one of their names. Ah, okay. Because that's confusing, right? Because you Google mini stealth burner, you come up with that and you think, oh, there's the official mini stealth burner. Well, it's not. But I guess because of the open source thing, and they can't really, unless they've patented the name stealth burner, I mean, what can they do? So, like the look of that. Look at that. That's a nice print. There was some ringing on the front of that, but that was printed on that was not printed on the Voron. That was printed on the, what's that company? Prusa. That was printed on the Prusa. It does make it confusing to people. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely does. So, okay, well, I've got a lot of cleaning up to do down here eventually. I've got spare parts. There's all some spare parts from all the clips and hinges and stuff I don't need. I've got spare 3mm foam. I got spare 1mm foam. I got spare everything. I'm telling you. But I know I've got to clean, and I'll show you what I've got to clean just because I'm going to quit soon. But if I zoom over, no, wrong way. You're supposed to go this way. That's my lights. That's my head. That's my rat rig. Jason, I'm going to be doing that 3.1 upgrade to that thing pretty soon. And then if I zoom here and then down, all this mess on my desk I've got to clean up. Believe it or not, under that pile there is a Jitamitsu CNC 3018 router, or whatever you want to call it. But all that mess. There's my little 01. You can just see the top of the 01 here. Yeah. And then there, I got to get my other, and then let's go back this way. There we go. Urch. Yeah. Then I got to get the, my other 01 up and running. The hot end is, I was having issues with the hot end on it, so I got to get that up and running again. So, yeah. Yeah, I got to do, I've got the kit is right, the kit is sitting right there. I've got the filament down here, courtesy of Polymaker. I'm printing it in Polymaker teal. So all the green's going to go away. Well, except maybe the rat in the back. Although I'm just going to reprint everything in teal. And yeah, we'll get that going eventually too. Depending on when the my Trident comes in, maybe I'll start that if I'm without something to stream about. And the missing M5x12. Who knows? It's just there was 3 in the bag, and it's like, why couldn't there have been 4 in the bag? There's none in the spare bag. Yeah, it'll pop up somewhere. Like there's one bag with an M3x6. Like, why? Anyways. But yeah, these are all the spare. This is all spares from this build. This whole thing is full of spares from this build. So, and that's not including the backup bag, the spare bag. So we are all good. Well, that's it. It is going to look nice with the teal. Yeah, it's let's see. I have, is it this one? Yeah, Polylite Pet G. Pet G teal, but you can't, they seal their bags so nice, the Polymaker, but you can't see the color through it, right? So, oh, I didn't even notice. Oh, wow, cool. I love stickers, and I got a Polymaker sticker with the filament. I wonder if there's one in every filament box. Cool. Yeah. So I'm excited to get that going. I think teal is going to be similar color to the box, actually, to the color on the box. So we'll see. Let's see, is this one? Let's see if I got a sticker in this box. Oh, there's no sticker in this one. Aw. And then I got some Polylite ABS in yellow. Oh, you can see this one. Oh, that's a nice color. Look at that. Polylite ABS yellow. Maybe I'll do yellow and red. What would yellow and red look like? Hang on. So, oh, would that be McDonald's? Yellow and red? Would that be close enough to McDonald's color if I did my Trident in yellow and red? What do you think? Ooh, that might be nice because I got a roll of the yellow ABS. Ooh, yellow and red. Ooh, the main parts. Wendy's, yeah. So maybe the main parts in yellow and the accent parts in red. Ooh, cool. The red I'm getting is a matte. So glossy yellow parts with a matte red accent parts. Oh, that's gonna look great. Oh, yeah. Cool. And then, yeah. This I'll bring out for tomorrow. That's the Polylite PLA red. Looks orange on the camera, but that's actually quite bright red. This is what we ran the this cube with. So we'll run another one of these with a calibrated printer tomorrow night, and we'll see how that works out. But I think yellow and red. I think I just picked my Trident colors. Yes, sir. Don't do it. Regret is a don't do yellow and red with a space gray frame. Come on, Jason. What colors do I do? One of the colors has to be red because Matter 3D is sponsoring my red filament for the build. They're sending me out a whole bunch of ABS, which he called an industrial type ABS, which is different than the standard stuff you buy. They sell it to a company in the US a lot for doing industrial manufacturing of different parts. So he wants me to test. He's sending me a whole slew of their ABS line with the different colors. And I said, well, send me a couple spools of the red, and I will use it for my build. Okay, red goes with space gray. Okay, it does. But why not yellow? Maybe I'll do it just to bug you, Jason, but then, yeah, regret's a bitch. But then I can always print more parts, take it apart, and put it back together again. But, whoa. And I always show this every stream now, so just so you guys know, this was made, Thomas Lama made this for me. And this was done on the Voron, and actually we did an M600 thingamadoober in there, and it paused on my layer for me to switch filament, and it was perfect. It was perfect. So, and I don't know, other than these, well, that might have been the flow. That could be what you're, wonder if that was the flow issue because I had that that flow rate too high or something. But if you look at the back of that, there's a couple spots on there where it just looks like the filament didn't keep up with the flow on there. You see what I mean? It's a great bottom layer except for those few areas right there. So, yeah. Okay, well, that said, okay, I'm going to try and make this as rhyming as possible. That said, I've got a tired head, and I really think it's time to go to bed. I think that was well said. What do you think, Ted? Or dirty spots on the bed. That just rhymed. Oh, man, that was good. That's good, Jason. I bet you didn't even plan that. Okay. Anyways, we're going to sleep now. So thanks, everybody. I'll be on tomorrow, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, sometimes around there. And yeah, we'll have more fun tomorrow night. I'm just in such a silly mood right now, but that's good. Talk to everybody later. See you tomorrow. And have a good night. Everybody stay safe. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Please share my channel. We hit 1,500 subscribers last week. We're climbing a little bit above 1,500 now. Shooting for 2,000. Small goals. So I was shooting for 2K. Let's go 2K. That'd be great. 2K by 2023. It can be done. I'm going to be doing a birthday stream on October 29th. Saturday, October 29th. In the evening, 60th birthday stream. My birthday's on the Sunday. I turned 60. I can't stream on the Sunday because we have some dinner and stuff planned. So spread the news. I'm going to be putting it out early. 50, I was going to say 69th birthday stream. 60th birthday stream on the 29th of October. And I want everybody to be here. I want everybody to give me presents. So Jason, an obsidian nozzle would have been a good present. An obscene nozzle. You knew what I meant. I'm just kidding. Okay. We'll talk to you guys later. Have a good night. Bye for now.